good evening, and welcome to another camp. We're in John Knox's pulpit. This is in the Lomond Regional Park in Fife, and it's beautiful. I used to camp here a long time ago with some good friends, and I haven't been up here for years. So I thought I'd nip up and have a wee hike backpacking camp. Now, I'll be honest, I forgot to pack my microphone in a place where I could access it. So we're going to have a look at the trip up here in flashback. I'm in the Lomond Regional Park. This 25 square miles of moorland, lochs and farmland was established in 1986. The three main hills are the East Lomond, the West Lomond and the Bishop Hill. The Bishop is the tallest hill in the Kingdom of Fife. Iron Age forts can be found around the East Lomond Hill. In more modern times, the area was mined for limestone, lead and ore. There's a very well preserved lime kiln and quarry near the East Lomond. One side of the park is mainly grassland, with sheep and cows grazing upon it. The other side is forests and part of a Falkland estate. In days gone by, Scottish royalty would have hunted in these forests while staying at Falkland Palace. I'm camping at Waterfall, just up from John Knox's pulpit. This striking sandstone outcropping was where, legend has it, John Knoxs, a well-known 16th century Reformation leader, would preach to his congregation in secret. He was a pivotal figure in the early days of the Kirk, the Reformed Church, and the rise of Protestants in Scotland. In the more recent past, the pulpit itself was partially demolished due to fears of it crashing down. This walk takes about an hour and a half to reach the waterfall. It's a really nice walk. It starts on a gravel path before becoming more and more wild. You walk past a couple of reservoirs, a loch, and into Glen Vale, which, while only a few miles away from civilization, always feels and looks like you're miles from anywhere. A wee walk past a rather ominous sign, and you descend into the waterfall itself, which is where I've set my tent up for tonight. And now, back to the camp. So, the gear for tonight is very similar to what I used last time. We have my trusty Thermarest ProLite Apex. Now, to give you a bit more information about this, it is a self-inflating mat, which means it has foam inside it. It's not a pure air mat. However, you do have to give it a few puffs to get it up to the correct firmness. It has an R rating of 3.1. I believe it weighs around about 680 grams. It doesn't pack up the smallest. However, I do like having the foam. I'm not the biggest fan of exclusively air mats. I find it's like sleeping on top of a balloon. So I do prefer a bit of foam in there. Oh, almost forgot. This thing, AliExpress special. These things are called egg carton mats. The reason I call that is they kind of look like an egg carton. And it just adds a little extra protection. These have an R rating of about 2, so it just adds a bit of extra comfort really, and ensures that the mat probably won't be punctured. Although because it's foam, because it's quite heavy duty, there's not much chance of that. have my trusty Nemo Philo pillow. I absolutely love this thing. It's spectacularly good. Incredibly light, packs up incredibly small, and is incredibly comfy. I'm a huge, huge fan. I also have my quilt. Again, AliExpress special. This thing can go down to -2. It's down, weighs virtually nothing, and is incredibly warm and comfortable. It also packs up really small. It's also always amazing how small this actually goes. And as mentioned last time, my trusty nature hike liner. There's that sigh again. Busy, busy, busy. Yeah, this has been well deserved. I truly love sitting in the middle of nowhere, in a tent, just enjoying the sounds and the sights. Lots of people don't like the sound of water. I really do. I really love the sound of running water. I think it's the randomness of it. I've tried to listen to white noise generators before, and you can tell a pattern eventually. There's always a repeat. You always hear it go round and round and round. My brain can always tell. But when you're in nature, it's truly random. There is no repeat. So tonight's tipple is some Ardbeg. Wee beastie. It's a 5-year-old. It's lovely. Absolutely lovely. A monster of a dram, as they say. And yeah, had some left over, which I found when I was tidying out my room. And yeah, just lovely to have. So I used to come up here about 20 years ago, maybe 30, but it was with some friends. There was 5 or 6 of us in a group that would come up here, and we would drink, and we would fool around and just have good fun. We invented a game which, in hindsight, was incredibly dangerous. You've seen the videos of this place. It's beautiful, but the game involved a football, and we would throw the football at each other while we're standing on the different ledges and different heights. We called it mountain ball, and basically a game of throwing and catching in the middle of a small glen with many precarious drops. It was incredibly good fun. Um, when you're that age, when you're 18, 19, you're invincible, and you don't really think about the consequences of falling, smashing into the ground. smashing your head off rocks, chasing after a ball. Very, very good fun. I haven't been up here for years, years and years. It hasn't really changed. Um, it's still beautiful. It's still unbelievably beautiful. It dawned on me, I never actually explained what tent I'm in. So I'm in my One Tigress Iron Wall. This is the first hot tent I bought. Bought it about 3 years ago, and it has a mesh inside it. And again, it's just a great tent for everything. Incredibly light, 1.3 kilograms. Incredibly strong because it's a TP tent. The wind just goes around it, and I've had this in crazy storms. Crazy storms. I honestly thought the last time I was out in it, it would fall apart, but it's surprisingly strong. Yeah, so just a great tent. And it's a great hot tent as well. The only reason I've changed over to the massive, which was in the last video, is the size. With the stove in here, there's not much room. And I kind of like, I'm getting older, so I kind of like sitting in chairs. And you can't fit a chair in here. It's very much a sit on the ground type of tent. But for one person, in a small sort of area like this, where space is a little bit compromised, it's a phenomenal tent. Really decent size for one person. You've got a nice big porchy bit for activities, and yeah, just a really decent tent. One of the things I've learned over the years of camping is regulating the temperature. As soon as you feel cold, put another layer on. One of the most important rules is a rule that I stick by religiously. As soon as you start to feel just a little bit, oh, I'm a little bit cold. As soon as that thought enters your head, pop a layer on. That's what I've done already. Now wearing a base layer. And that way you're always warm because you're in the middle of nowhere. Staying warm is important. It might be the middle of June, but the sun's going down now, and it still gets pretty cold at night, especially in this sort of environment. Because the wind's blowing in from the back, because we've got water, the temperature will come down quite a bit, probably 6 degrees, maybe 8. Now, you might have seen this when I was camping last time. This is one of my favourite bits of kit. This is an inflatable lantern. There's a solar panel, and you also charge it. But really importantly, you can inflate it. Well, it's starting to get a bit dark now. Don't put the camera down. Night, everyone. See you in the morning. Well, good morning. I slept really well last night. Up nice, bright and early. Time for a cup of coffee. As expected, got pretty cold last night. Down to at least 7, 8, maybe 9. But cold enough. Glad I had my down knit quilt. For breakfast today, I bought a couple of American. No. So for breakfast today, I bought a few British Army MREs, or ratbacks, as the people in the know call them. I ended up getting them for £10 each. I ended up buying 3. Usually lasts me quite a long time. Not using them as an entire day's worth of food. I usually spread it out over numerous days. But this morning I have cheddar cheese spread with little digestive biscuits, which sounds very nice. Them are actually really good. The chili con carne is really good. And their chocolate cake, my word, the chocolate cake's amazing. And the hot chocolate. Coffee isn't the best. Not a patch on these coffee bags. Okay, so they might be the driest thing I've ever eaten in my life. Tasty though. It's passable. Cheese spread's actually quite nice. Yeah, that'll do. Well, this has been a great camp. Thoroughly enjoyed it. But all good things. Time to get packed up, get out of here. You might have noticed some rubbish in the river. That wasn't me. I will be taking it out of here. This place is too lovely. Let rubbish ruin it. Always forget how magical this place is. Such a lovely spot. It's important to keep it magical for everyone else. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.